This essay is primarily focused on exploring and understanding the principles of editing and the importance of it. I aim to thoroughly discuss 1. The principles of editing, 2. Development of editing principles in early years, 3. Development of editing principles in modern era, 4. Development of editing technology, 5. The purpose of editing, and 6. The principles of editing conventions and techniques. All films would have to be shot in a sequence with no mistakes without the process of adding, removing and manipulating source material. This shows that editing of film and or video is mandatory. Now, there are 5 key elements of editing. These are as follows. In-camera editing. This is a technique that is basically used where the camera operator shoots the sequence in a strict order instead of actually editing any clips into the film sequence after shooting. It is done to save time when editing and to create a seamless flowing atmosphere. Following the action. Following the action is a technique where you would follow the actor or subject of the film with the camera. Follow shots are most commonly used in films to make the audience aware of the character's presence and for them to watch them. Multiple points of view. The editor uses this technique to make a person and or subject change over a duration of time. It is mainly used in scenes that include multiple characters. This technique allows the audience to see what is happening as the camera moves from character to character. There isn't a specific genre of film as to where you would mainly find multiple points of view, but generally found in quite fast-paced scenes with a lot going on. And other types of multiple points of view would be subjective. This is so the audience can see what's going on through the eyes of the character. Objective. This is not necessarily confined to a specific character's perspective and over the shoulder, used to give the audience the feeling that they are right behind the character and can see what they can see through their own perspective. Shot variation. Shot variation is essentially a variation of shots such as wide shot, low angle shot, extreme close-up shot and over the shoulder shot. Manipulation of diegetic space and time. Now this is where the editor portrays a long period of filming into a relatively short space of time. Editors use this method to make audience aware of the fact that something is changing within the scene. This is also called a montage. There are a few types of montages. These are as follows. Metric. The editing follows a specific number of frames based purely on the physical nature of time. Rhythmic includes cutting based on continuity, creating visual continuity from edit to edit. Tonal. The accumulation of metric, rhythmic and tonal montage to create an effect on the audience for an even more abstract and complicated effect. Overtonal or associational. The accumulation of metric, rhythmic and tonal montage to synthesize its effect on the audience for even more abstract and complicated effect. Intellectual uses shots which combined can cause an intellectual and deeper meaning. Now I will discuss development of editing principles early years. In-camera editing. Pioneered by the Lumiere brothers in 1895, in-camera editing was used before they had any editing facilities. They had to plan the shots that they wanted in advance as there was no editing facilities available. To make cuts, the Lumiere brothers would have to bring the film to a stop. They also invented the cinematograph, which also works as a camera as well as a projector, which is what they use to shoot their films on. It is well known that the process does take a while to plan out shots, so they can be filmed in specific order. However, some of this time can be reclaimed since there is no editing, reordering or cutting out scenes later on. You can find a great example of in-camera editing in the 1948 film directed by Alfred Hitchcock, Rope. Following the action. This technique was first used by filmmaker David W.D. Griffith in his controversial movie Birth of a Nation, which was released back in 1915. You can see this technique in the trailer as the Ku Klux Klan chases the villagers through the town. This technique was first used in the film to give the audience the feeling that they are right actually there following the action. This film was pioneering not only because of the multiple tracking shots, but also because of the use of the original music score, written for orchestra, the titles and the use of vignette, a technique of expanding or contracting the lenses of the camera to focus on a certain image that may be significant to the scene.